Yeah, now we will switch over to talking about the finals. Yeah, I got to watch some of this live this week, which is new for me. I usually am not able to watch these matches live. So a lot of my reaction is completely off the cuff. Although I do know Vitality wins this map pretty easy, which is kind of shocking considering Astralis is one of the best Vertigo teams in the world. They're one of the only teams that I feel like can make this map consistent. Even for a lot of teams that have a high win rate on this map, I feel like it's very variable as to how good they are. So it was kind of shocking that to see that Vitality just so completely stomped Astralis on this map. And you can see it early. Their defense on that A bomb site ramp was excellent. Yeah, Dupree doesn't have the bomb. He's just hoping Vitality makes a mistake. Yeah. Fortunately, far too much to do. Not enough time. Not a good gun. Big early push by Vitality. Apex and Zywoo just they're not even scared of holding on to the A ramp. They just pushed all the way up and pushed Astralis back. Yeah, they were able to trade 2 for 1, get that advantage. Although as soon as they had that advantage, they pulled off. That seems like it might have been a mistake, unless they were playing to sound cues that they heard. Not much you can do about that if you're Dupree, though. Because once that sound cue comes down, you're sitting duck. So Astralis behind already 2 rounds, no economy to speak of, because they haven't been able to secure any kills yet. Once again, we're seeing that aggressive A-ramp push by Vitality. Smoking the ramp off and almost daring Astralis to come running through, which they did. But the reason why I would say that trade favors Vitality is because it completely cuts the A ramp off, and you can see this round they've taken a more aggressive stance in holding it. Yeah, you can see Vitality, they are really feeling this round out. Re-rotating back around to B. I mean, that A-ramp aggression really paid off well for him because they essentially predicted what Astralis were going to do that round. They got control of A-ramp with that early aggression, posted up Apex there, and then from there they could just kind of wander to B for free because they knew that nothing was coming. I mean, I feel like they're almost predicting a very similar setup because you can see once again Apex is pushed way up, Zywoo is placed way up there, and there's no real hit coming from Astralis and through the wall. Yeah, it looks like once again Astralis have kind of given up on the A ramp. Shocks with a nice kill. Yeah, this is already looking like it's all practically unwinnable for Astralis. They got Zywoo by himself at A. Now they're just bringing everybody over to the B-bomb sites. They're trusting that if Astralis want to double back, that Zywoo will at least be able to trade one. I mean, at the angle Zywoo's at, he might even be able to trade two. Yeah, another textbook round by Vitality. Getting control of the A ramp, forcing Astralis to go B, and then you can take your lurker and have him sitting closer to that bomb site. Then it's just easy to win from that point in time. Well, this time the aggression is going to pay off for Astralis, as they find 3 kills into the bomb site. Oh, unfortunately, misutaaa steps up. Glaive has utility in his hands. That's very unfortunate. That was actually a well-played round by Astralis. They just kind of got caught. They just kind of got caught with the wrong timing. Unfortunately, though, that doesn't look like an adaptation that's likely to stick, because all that was they were able to run through the smoke and get a couple of kills. I still don't know if that's a long-term way that they can find success on this map, and I know that they aren't able to. Ooh, that sound cue is going to give them away. Well, RPK had the AK. Well, Dupree played that pretty well. You could argue that he should have went for the kill with his deagle. That would definitely be a risk. It's just, what do you value more? Do you value holding that angle with the deagle, or do you value giving away the sound cue and picking up the rifle? Like, he went for the rifle because he had the molly in his hand. It's just, it was always likely that RPK had a smoke, because Astralis haven't really even contested at the A-bomb site. I don't know, you could go either way with that. Glaive catches Apex, trying to wander around to the back of the site. That might be a way that Astralis might be able to find their way into that site from now on. You got a push by Misutaaa, though. He's able to find two. Wow. I think that's actually a pretty decent push by Misutaaa, and the reason being is because lack of information is still information. Once again, Astralis have just shown that they don't want to head towards that A ramp at all. So the fact that they gave it up and Vitality had the personnel to be able to see that they weren't there, but that no utility had been thrown at the B bomb site yet, that's a worthwhile roam if you're Misutaaa, because it is very likely that Astralis will be standing right where they were, just based on the information that Vitality were able to glean. Yeah, now you can see once again Vitality practically have full control of the A ramp. Looks like this time Astralis are not willing to give it up without a fight, which I almost think that they have to do based on what's been going on. Unfortunately, they are just getting mowed down. I mean, honestly, I could make this entire discussion about what Vitality is doing to lock down the A ramp. I mean, they don't even care. They're just throwing that smoke at the entryway and then just saying, well, if you run through it, we'll take the aim duels, and we think we're going to win them. I mean, the adaptation by Astralis really just is, we're going to run through and see if we can't find some kills. Magisk is able to find one. It's just unfortunate that they're doing this with deagles and they're not able to do anything when they actually have guns. It's unfortunately for Astralis, I think that they are going to have to start gambling with these guns. I know that the Astralis way is to go slow, take in all the information, don't make any mistakes, make the right call. It's just the second that they get rifles in their hands, they're almost they're afraid to play it quicker, which is what they should be doing. Like that. Not that that guarantees them entry into the bomb site quite yet. Shox is still hanging around. But if they want to get control of the A ramp, that's what they are going to have to do at some point in time. Suda loses that aim duel. I mean, you can see right away what having control of A ramp does. Even though Vitality kind of backed off of that A ramp with that opening pick, that allowed Astralis just to walk into the bomb site and run their execute. Because the thing about that A bomb site is you can't really run an execute if you aren't at least out on the ramp, and that's what Vitality's been so good at so far in this half, is they've been able to take that away. And this isn't worth going for. Yeah, and here's the thing, even though Vitality lost that last round, I don't know if they need to do anything differently when it comes to the A ramp. I think if they do the same thing, it might work just as well. Nice peek by Zaiwu, able to find Device while Device was checking another angle, and then they get the kill, smoke goes down, and the A ramp is shut off once again. Although this time, Vitality is making a much more passive play. Yeah, Zaiwu is really backing off. Dupree finds one coming over the stairs. Alright, Dupree's got his way into the B-bomb site. That's big. Oh, and is able to find a third. That's huge. Great round by Dupree. Doing it himself. Finds Zaiwu. Zaiwu isn't able to find him. Ends it. Great round by Dupree. Alright, Vitality at the end of their money. Big round. Yeah, they're going back to the... Wow, they're going for a very aggressive play on this A ramp. Like what they were doing early in the match, which I think is their best bet by far. They've been able to find a lot of success just standing forward on that ramp and taking away Astralis' ability to move. I mean, you can see just how much of the map that cuts off when they're able to take that ramp away. Yeah, Zaiwu with this very aggressive positioning, because if he's found out, it's just him. And I don't know what's going on with the communication in Astralis, but Zaiwu's just taking them out one at a time, and they're not... That wall is bangable. How come nobody was shooting through that? I mean, don't get me wrong, extremely well played by Zaiwu, but I feel like that should have been easily countered by Astralis. So we got Shox is going to smoke himself off to stay in that spot. Ooh, that was a big duel right there. If Magis wins that duel, they're likely able to flush Shox out. Then it's a 2 versus 1. This is looking really desperate now. Yeah, Magis losing that aim duel, that basically sealed the round for Team Vitality. Not much Astralis could do after that. It would take a hero play by Device to be able to finish that off. Yeah, Vitality once again kind of backing off their kind of aggressive A defense. And once again, Astralis a little bit too disciplined with their trigger. Decide not to run through those smokes. I think that they're going to realize if they just kind of push up right now that the defense is a bit more passive. Got to exchange a utility. Not a whole lot going on. Oh, we got out trading all over the place. Looks like Astralis came out on top. Well, that smoke gave him away, but he is able to convert the kill. 1 HP is misutaaa. Ooh, Dupree's gonna go down. Misutaa's still on 1 HP. I wonder if Astralis are aware. They gotta know that he's low. Well, now he's gone. Now it's on RPK. Is he even going to go for this? Not much money on Vitality. I'm surprised that he was even going for this. Device gets him. Alright, good round by Astralis. I think they almost kind of accidentally figured out that Vitality was going for a more passive A defense, which is why they were able to pull that off. Even then, it was still pretty messy. Yeah, you can see Vitality have kind of backed off. I think that they need to be more aggressive with this A defense. They've shown that if they are able to keep Astralis underneath in the box area, they've been able to really take away this entire site. And I mean, you can even see right there, Apex was able to push up and get that kill. Unfortunately, he falls back, and that's probably because he doesn't have the weapons or the utility. I think if he had an M4 or an AK, he would have been more likely to try to push up. Now Apex is just going to push ahead and find two. Dupree with utility in his hand is going to get taken out. Wow, that A defense is just suffocating on the side of Vitality. There's just nothing Astralis can do on that entire half of the map. Man, I think that there's some miscommunication though. Astralis aren't trading, they're not as crisp in trading the way that they usually do. They're getting caught out with utility in their hands more often. They gotta not be calling out targets properly. Yeah, unfortunately that rifle barrel gave Dupree away. Zywoo just doing Zywoo things. Wow, Device isn't able to find that shot. That's usually a shot that he hits. Yeah, Astralis going to slow play this because they're more or less out of utility. Zywoo Vitality probably doesn't have great information. Perhaps a Freudian slip. Yeah, Vitality are just kind of swarming back onto the site. I don't know why Zipnix was backing down through that smoke. It looked to me like his character model, he was facing the wrong way. I don't know what's up with that. I mean, if anything, what he should have been doing is sitting in that smoke and then running out to try to get Magisk something. Alright, we got some early aggression by Astralis. The rotate's been called in for Vitality, even after they found the frag. Apex gets two. Wow, what a map for Apex. Maybe not a lot of frags overall, but he's won some rounds by himself with this aggression. Meanwhile, on the T side, Astralis haven't been able to do a whole lot. Like I've been said, they've been kind of getting beat at the A bomb sites because Glaive and Dupree haven't really been able to do a whole lot. Not able to find many entry frags onto that site. Device not able to convert that kill. I mean, Astralis missing a lot of shots that they shouldn't miss, and that should have nothing to do with who their shot caller is. Well, perhaps it's just a bad day. Caught Vitality on the wrong day when Vitality is up and they are down. Well, and then Zip isn't even able to finish him off. Yeah, kind of nothing's going right for Astralis here. I feel like Vitality's defense is just too strong, and they haven't tried to go to B to compensate, and their fraggers haven't really shown up. Nobody's been great on these entries. Missing a lot of shots, even in post-plant scenarios. Yeah, this is a bad way to start this match. Yeah, now you can see Astralis with some aggression coming out on the CT side. They pushed to the lower part of the map. Unfortunately, that push by Glaive was found out. I don't blame Astralis all that much for trying something a little bit more aggressive there. They've got to try to do something on the CT round to get some advantages. So who's going to take out Zipnix? Just straight up aim duel. I mean, I know this is a cliche of all cliches, but things just isn't Astralis' day, it seems like. They're having a hard time getting anything done on this map. Yeah, Dupree isn't able to convert that kill. Yeah, he didn't even get the information that Vitality are gathering around this bomb site yet. I'm sure he was able to see Zaiwu. I don't know if he was able to see anybody else. Dupree is able to find a kill, though. That forward kind of, with that forward positioning. Well, now that information's been had, they're going to waste no time in rotating a few players there. Yeah, this is a good setup by Astralis on the CT side. Zip is sitting in the middle to try to get in any information if Vitality wants to double on back. That's if they give away the sound cues. Device in really good position to cut that off. Again, that's thanks to the fact that they gotten all the information from Vitality being on the B bomb sites, allowed Device to push that far up. That is reminiscent of, I think it was the 12th round in the last half when misutaaa essentially did the exact same thing to Astralis, where he was able to push it up based on the information about where they weren't. So it's a good read. Good read by Device. Good call by Astralis. Unfortunately, Shox is able to find 2 kills. Isn't able to win, but is able to do some damage. Guns are always more valuable on the CT side because of how expensive the M4 is. So that isn't a major victory, but it is a little victory. Yeah, and I think Apex was able to get the info that Astralis had 3 on that A ramp. Might inform Vitality of where they want to go. Once again, an aggressive push by Glaive, but isn't able to find the kill. I think that's been a big story today, as Glaive hasn't been able to convert a lot of these frags that he usually does. And the unfortunate thing for Glaive and the way that he was pushed up right there is there was really nobody to back him up. So Vitality gets a kill and gets to walk away. And they get to collect a rifle as well. I mean, maybe you could argue that Glaive wasn't expecting to find anybody there, and that was just a little bit of push for information. But in that scenario, when Zip and Magisk were going to be playing that aggressively in the A bomb site anyway, one of them probably should have been a little bit further pushed up. Yeah, Apex is able to find another kill. Now this A bomb site looking a little bit more vulnerable. I think Astralis is going to get the information pretty soon. Yeah, when Device goes down, yeah, now that B bomb site is wide open, and yeah, Dupree is able to find one but not the other. He kind of needed to make a hero play. Unfortunately for Astralis, it almost feels like Magis has to go for this because they're just so far behind on the scoreboard. Wow, the way that he's slow playing it makes me think he's not going to be going for it. Yeah, he's not going for it. Yeah, Astralis, things are not looking good for them. Once again, on this CT side, just not hitting any shots. Magisk has been doing okay, but I feel like Glaive and Zip and Device has been shockingly absent too. I mean, I know Device is, because he's that hybrid opper, he's going to be more of a CT-sided player naturally. So his kill count's going to be low in this, but even on the T side, I felt like he had opportunities. Well, that's a bit of a weird... Well, it's hard to say that that's a bad peak when you're able to convert a kill and do that much damage. That was just a very aggressive peak by Magisk, especially when he's the only one with a rifle. Yeah, this is looking desperate. Yeah, Glaive, it'd be an uphill battle for Glaive to win that round, even when he hasn't had the game that he's had, which not very good. Yeah, you can see 2-16. I don't know if he's playing with Big Ping or what, but he's had a nightmare map. Yeah, this is already looking like it's over. I gotta say, I've been very impressed with this Misutaaa. He seems like he knows what he's doing on this map. He's been abusing some of these underperforming Astralis players, that's for sure. Man, and even like Apex and RPK are always in the right place at the right time. Yeah. Yeah, it seemed like for Vitality, Misutaaa was always at the right place at the right time. Obviously, Glaive couldn't get anything done. Yeah, Magis. Yeah, I was gonna say Magisk and Dupree were the two that stood out. Device had some opportunities, wasn't able to convert them. Yeah, Glaive is just a nightmare. And yeah, like I said, Misutaaa, he's good. Apex and RPK were kind of right place, right times. I didn't even really need to do anything.